Well, it finally happened. He's been threatening to do it for a while, and he finally done it. Elon Musk just bought Twitter for over $44 billion, or $54.20 per share. The decision was reached yesterday by the board and Elon, and well, as you can imagine from the cesspit that is Twitter right now, the reactions have been very mixed. Some people have been saying that this is the end of the world as we know it and the start of World War III, while other people have been saying that this is the 21st century equivalent of Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves. Yeah, that's Twitter for you. And it's a move that people have been either looking forward to or dreading, because Elon has been promising to completely reinvent Twitter and make it a platform that stands for freedom of speech for everyone. What exactly does that mean? Well, nobody knows right now. Though we know that Elon is kind of a free speech absolutist, so most likely he'll allow a lot more stuff on the platform that is allowed right now. And of course, one thing that many people are looking forward to, I guess kind of, is the likely return of former President Donald Trump onto the platform. So it's a pretty big double-edged sword, and it's hard to tell right now how far Elon will take this. For example, right now, many state-affiliated Russian Twitter accounts are blocked in many countries for pretty obvious reasons. Because talk about freedom of speech and hearing everyone's different opinions, but there's clearly a good side and a bad side to what's going on in Eastern Europe right now, and all those Russian accounts are definitely on the bad side. So is Elon gonna allow all those accounts back? It's kind of a dangerous move seeing the global situation right now. And seeing how right now, more than ever, people distrust their governments, a lot of them may be looking for any kind of quote-unquote news from these Russian accounts to be able to say that this entire war is just some conspiracy orchestrated by NATO, the World Economic Forum, and Bill Gates or whatever. But the issue of freedom of speech isn't the only thing that Elon is promising to fix on Twitter, and there's many other things he addressed in his first statement since the acquisition was formally announced. Elon also promised to make the Twitter algorithm more open source and transparent, along with promising a crackdown on scam and bot accounts as well. But naturally, that hasn't stopped people from exclaiming that they're gonna leave Twitter right now because they can't imagine that a billionaire just out of nowhere decided to buy one of the biggest social media platforms there is. Man, isn't that a wild concept? Can you believe that Elon Musk can just like buy a social media platform? Like, that just doesn't really happen, right? Right? So all in all, well, we just have to kind of wait and see exactly where these changes will take Twitter. And like it or not, there will be some changes to Twitter's policies and the way the site is handled in the very near future when this deal is finalized. But if there's one thing that annoys me more than anything, is how many people are kind of misunderstanding why exactly so many people want better freedom of speech on Twitter. Many people are constantly bringing up the fundamentals of freedom of speech and the American First Amendment, and then other people are saying that naturally that only applies to the government and being able to say whatever you want, but naturally that doesn't apply to private companies. And in actuality, literally like no one thinks that Twitter is actually supposed to follow the First Amendment. Pretty much everyone understands it only applies to government bodies, but at the same time, it is something that would be nice to have on Twitter, right? Yes, Twitter is a private company and can do whatever it wants. However, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have to allow complete freedom of speech no matter what side it's coming from. It's just a nice extra to have. And seeing how Twitter is like the default forum for voicing pretty much any and all opinions in the world right now, it is kind of important for that kind of platform to remain transparent in what it's doing and ensure that it's treating everyone fairly. So no, legally, a private platform doesn't need to have complete freedom of speech. The same way that legally, not all buildings need to have wheelchair access ramps. No, it's not a requirement, but it's a nice bonus and it gives you some brownie points in the big game of life. And now let's all enjoy the fact that we can now say whatever we want on Twitter, right? Actually, give me a second. So let me know what you think of all of this down in the comments below. I'm very curious to see what you think about this very, very controversial buyout. But if you want to help me buy back Twitter from Elon Musk, then the best way to do that is to support this channel on Patreon, because even just one single $1 a month truly goes a long way, while you get awesome perks as well. I'd also love to thank my existing patrons Gavin Burns, Ryan OKB, Meg Sumner, Shane Allcraft, Lance B, and Jesse Hubman. Thank you guys so much. Support truly goes a long way. Down there you're also going to find our Discord server if you can talk to me or us at Discord or whatever else really, our merch store, and our social media links as well. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.